Hi everyone, living it up in my Hugh Hefner dressing gown. I'm at the cabin at work. Got Bruce with me. Say hi, Bruce. Hi. Someone got really offended that I put a picture up with me and Bruce, saying that it was pathetic. I'm not gonna lie, I do sleep with this guy. I haven't had something to hug in ages. So yeah, I'm not ashamed. I sleep with Bruce. So I thought today I'll give you some more sort of survival things because it's just more and more has been coming to me. So I'm going to explain to you, try and make it a bit clearer about the staying somewhere public. So I'll get people put in the comments that if it was them, they'd go out the way, blah, blah, blah. I mean, there's the Philip Fox thing for one. Next is I had a guy come onto the streets, first night on the streets, came up to me in absolute bits, didn't know what to do. You know, he needed help. So I talked him through it, calmed him down. I found him, gave him blankets and that, and there was a doorway by me. I put him there. I said, "Look, it's going to be noisy. It's going to be scary. You're safer here." He stayed there for the night. He didn't like it. Got him a tent sorted the next day, and he decided he was going to go out the way in some woods. So I went with him, and I told him it's not a good idea. So got him set up, and around the perimeter of where his tent was, set up loads of like twigs and sticks. So if someone approached, you'd hear the twigs break. So you get a head start. He ended up getting kicked in. First night out there, group of youths appeared, beat the crap out of him. I didn't see him, so I went to look for him. Found him, he was in a bad way, had to walk into hospital. You know, I wish he'd taken my advice. Sadly, he didn't. Now, here's the next reasons as to why town's better. Right, even if you've got a tent, yeah, tents aren't weatherproof. Okay, if it rains, the water's going to come in. So if you're in a doorway, you've got that extra shelter. Okay. Next up, like where I was in the town, there was a water fountain. I know it seems silly, but if I needed a drink, there was water there. If you're out in the middle of nowhere and you need a drink, what do you do? Secondly, there's public toilets. Yes, like I want to use a toilet. I don't want to be crapping in a bush. I mean, as soon as you take things like that away, you're taking your humanity away. You're becoming an animal. You know. I wanted the luxury of a toilet and just like a bin, being able to put my rubbish in a bin. It's just things like that. And next thing think is say that you're out of the way, you're going to be walking all of that mud and crap into where you're sleeping. Now it's up to you what you do, okay? But I've lived this, and I'm just trying to tell you what I personally think is best. I've seen the worst of what can happen if you're out of the way. Bad things happen to me in a town right by a CCTV camera with witnesses around. I dread to think how much worse it could have been if I didn't have that. And again, like I say, I just had them little things that made my life a bit easier. Running water, a toilet, a bin, shops near me, just the added shelter of a doorway. Now, wherever you are and however you have set yourself up, this time of year, you can't be sleeping straight on the ground. You've got to have something underneath you because you will lose all of your body heat straight through the ground. The ground gets incredibly cold and there's no sort of thermal properties to ground. So, like cardboard boxes, for one, so I try and have a few sheets of cardboard under you. What I had a pallet under my tent. So my tent was raised off the floor and it makes a hell of a difference. If you sleep straight on the ground, especially this time of year, honestly don't think you'd wake up. I think you'd probably die of hypothermia in your sleep. Okay, so just bear these things to bear in mind. A torch is essential. It really is. Like the torch on your phone ain't going to cut it, and you need to your phone. You've got to try and conserve your battery because if you ever need to ring 999, okay. Um, Next thing, if things happen, I say don't react unless you're backed into a corner and you have to defend yourself. Don't react. Now, when things do happen, I always reported it to the police, right? Now, the police that I deal with in the town were absolutely lovely and they wanted to do everything they could to help. But they're told by their superiors what is a priority and what they should investigate. Okay, so it's not their fault that nothing ever happened. Okay, it's the people above them that need to be held to account. But the reason I'm saying to report, things bad, serious things that happen to you to the police is because there's a record of it. You need to keep a record of it as well. And this will all go in your favour when, if you eventually do get approached by a council or whatever, you've got a record that this is all happening to me whilst I'm on the streets. I am in danger. Please help me. It didn't really get me far, but it's just, again, it's just, you've got a record of it. You can't be accused of making it up. You can say this, that, and this has happened to me. And the next thing with the police as well is, trust me, you want the police on your side. Okay, you do not want them, not because they could make your life a misery if they wanted to. So trust me, you want them on your side. Okay, so work with them, don't work against them. Okay, they're human just like the rest of us. What else was I going to say to you? Now, obviously, if you're in like a little village or a little town, your resources and facilities are going to be so limited. Bigger towns tend to have like day centres. Not every town, but a lot of towns, they have like a day centre, which will normally be like an independent charity, which I've got all the time in the world for. That they'll open in the morning, you'll be able to go there and have breakfast. They normally have facilities that you can wash, and you can wash your clothes, and you'll be able to have a lunch, and they'll tend to have things donated to them as well. So not everywhere's got them. Canterbury's got one called Catching Lives, which is just amazing. And I found there's 3 in Nottingham as well. So I say, if you're in the middle of nowhere, you're not going to have that. And they also, you can use them as a care of address, which is what you're going to need. What else? First aid kit. If you can get hold of one, keep one, because you get cuts and bruises. You need alcohol wipes. You need plasters. And you just got to look after yourself. Keep yourself safe. Be polite. Don't draw unwanted attention to yourself. If you're a good person, good things will happen. Okay. I say, you have a hardcore in every area. That homelessness isn't their issue. Okay, homelessness is a symptom of what essentially they have become. These might be people that aren't nice people, that have got very profound problems. Okay, so you will have a hardcore that are going to be trouble. Okay, and they cannot be trusted. Okay, I don't mean to sound horrible when I say that, but you have these people in all walks of life. Okay, even people that are housed at work, you still get people that are shit. Excuse my language. So all I can say to you is trust your gut instinct. My gut instinct has never let me down, and my gut's saying to me like, "No, this ain't right." I listen to it. I strongly believe that you do have a secondary instinct in your gut, so just trust your gut. If something don't feel right, remove yourself from that situation. It's the best thing you can do. Okay, and like I say, just try and be public. Now, again, any more questions, please add them to the comments. Again, with the suggestions for videos, add them to the comments. Again, just thank you all so much for everything you've done for me and for all the encouragement. It's just amazing. And we're on 1,000 subscribers now as well. I can't believe 1,000 people are interested in what I've got to say. Like, wow. Can't believe it. Thank you. Big love, guys. And me and Bruce will be back. See you soon.